It's helped me get back into education because I had been out of education for a while. It helped me build my confidence, helped me with public speaking, helped me build relationships with my new friends and the staff that I would go on to the Access course with. My name's Kayleigh, I'm 33 years old, and I did the Pre-Access and Access to Higher Education course. So I got onto the Pre-Access course because originally I came to apply for the Access course, but because of my grades at school, they said that the Pre-Access course would be better to give me that jump into the Access. Well, I worked in retail before I came back to study, and I worked in retail for 13 years. I made my way from a sales assistant to an assistant manager. And I'd had my children, so I've got 2 children. When I had my second child, I just had this feeling that retail wasn't for me. It wasn't something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I went to an open day at the college at Paget Road, spoke to the staff there and was talking to different healthcare professionals, and it was the paramedics that I was talking to and people that had been paramedics that got me into that. And further investigation and further talking to staff at the college pointed me in the direction of the Access course and the Pre-Access course, which would give me the jumping step to then get onto my university degree, which is where I am now. I'm currently about to finish my second year, so I'm going on to my third year of paramedic science. In the future I would like to work for West Midlands Ambulance and be a paramedic out on the road with those. After a few years I would possibly consider retraining because I would eventually like to work on the helimed team with the air ambulance and go out with them, but that requires further training. So at the moment it is just to go to paramedic, do that for a couple of years and then look at retraining to go further up and progress through the career. I do placement at the moment and it's like a dream career. You meet so many people, whether it's the low moments, whether they're extremely ill or they're just feeling unwell and they just want a bit of support, whether they just want a listening ear or you're there in their best moments. I mean, I've done placements in maternity and being there when babies are born, it's amazing because you're part of everybody's experience and you can make a difference in that experience, whether it's something you say, something you do, or just being there for them. And that's what's the rewarding part of my job. That's why I enjoy being a paramedic, because it's just so rewarding. It's that stereotypical saying, isn't it? You're never too old to do anything, you're never too old to start anything. And it's right. When I came back to college, I was worried like I'd be the oldest in my class. You know, you have these things. Surprisingly, I was one of the youngest. And it did surprise me that, you know, there were people in my class that were like 50 and, you know, older. That's amazing. They've come back into education. You know, they're changing their career paths. They're looking at something new. And it can be very rewarding. But it is just a case of coming to speak to somebody, start that ball rolling. Don't think, oh, I'll do it next year, because you never know what next year is going to bring.